and we're joined by Dr. Alex Del Carmen, who is a criminologist and a member of the Texas A&M University system. And Dr. Carmen, we wanted to talk to you about the Boulder shooting, the 21-year-old charged in the rampage, and the family, of course, says that he has problems. And what's your take on this whole thing?
Good morning, and thanks for having me. Well, I think what we see here is an individual with probably mental health issues that essentially wanted to do something ill and evil towards innocent people on a given day in Colorado, right? So I think we're going to be tracing back, and I'm certain the investigators are looking into his past to find out if there are any affiliations with any kind of groups, both nationally and internationally, to see if this is more than just somebody that decided to kill people on a given day.
It's very strange, the battle here, because anytime we see something like this, you see calls for gun control. But there are a lot of law-abiding people out there, citizens that own guns and have never committed a crime and never plan or intend on it. They only have those weapons for their Second Amendment rights. So how do you take one person who's absolutely a lunatic and try to lump them in with every other gun owner as far as criminals and the criminal acts that they would pursue or ensue?
Yeah, I always regard that as an emotional response to a critical issue. Banning guns in the United States is not going to do anything to tamper down or eliminate the threat of individuals having access to weapons that are going to go out there and kill innocent people. I would argue actually the opposite, that it's going to allow for good abiding citizens not to have the ability to protect themselves. If you go back to these active shooting instances where we've had, massive casualties, a lot of them happen in states where, guns are either restricted severely or flat out outlawed. And so I don't see a correlation there between the two. I do think, however, that people react emotionally to something that is, in fact, very sad, obviously.
Yeah, and of course, people always point out Chicago has the tightest gun restrictions, and it's the murder capital of the U.S. One other quick thing here, and that is, the guy's name was Ahmad El Aliwi Alisa, and perhaps from Syria, but I know there are a lot of people that are thinking that, this sounds to me like a Muslim terrorist.
Yeah, we don't really know that yet. I mean, I think what we know right now is the fact that, he happens to be a Muslim. Sadly enough, the Muslim faith has been, exaggerated by some as being violent. I don't personally think it is. I do, however, feel that at the end of the day, the FBI is going through all his records, I'm sure, to find out if there are, in fact, some terrorist affiliations with overseas. But right now, we haven't heard anything to that effect.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Dr. Alex Del Carmen, we appreciate having your knowledge on board here this morning as a criminologist, but thanks for joining us.
Thank you.